Okay.
Okay.
So
There we go.
you presented the falcons.
Yes.
You did the whole. I mean, this is just really, 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 really quite amazing what you've done with birds.
Well, I guess what some people are surprised. I mean, since 14, I have the same enthusiasm for them today
that you did before.
as I did before, and they're an exciting bird, and anybody who gets that involved gets to enjoy something like this. They get the return back. So I'm now trying to do the reciprocal. I'm trying through these webcams and books and stories. I am trying to get another generation of people to be equally enthused.
Well, you're doing so. We have another call here too. We're going to talk to somebody and about this. I think we're just about out of time. I see Dan Walker over there. In fact, we are out of time. But that's all right. We're going to take a couple of minutes of your time here, Dan, because
No problem.
we got another call here. Go ahead, caller.
Can't
Hello?
hear you.
Hello.
Yes. Hi. What's your question?
Hi, David. Sandra G. here.
Oh, hi, Sandra.
How are you? My question is, I'm just wondering about the Sydney eagle nest. How long before Mom and Dad might go before they bring some food in? We haven't seen any food come in today.
Well, often they don't bring food the first day or the second day. When a chick hatches, the last act as it is hatching is that the last of the egg yolk, which has been providing the nourishment as the chick developed in the shell, just before the chick breaks out into the opening, the chick absorbs into its gut the last of the egg yolk, and that's the nutrient that's going to let it survive for the first day or two.
Okay.
But there's a downside or another side to that. While that egg yolk is now been reabsorbed into the gut, the adults seem to know, because I guess they've learned over eons of time, you shouldn't put food into the mouth because it's blocked by egg yolk. So the parents, and we saw this with the really clearly with the Hornby Island birds the first year. She tempts the chick, and she sometimes tempts it for a day or half a day, offering it food, and she sees how keen the chick is. And I guess she's assessing if he's only half keen, it's probably because he's still got his gut full of egg yolk, see?
Okay.
And so she's testing him because it seems pretty logical. It's not a good idea to put some fish into this egg yolk because it's sealed in its own membrane. So there's a bit of a balancing act. They have to wait till the chick finishes burning up the last of the egg yolk, then they're ready to give the chick the first feed. And it may, in some cases, it's to the second day. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't feed it until sometime tomorrow. But probably they'll make the first feed offering tomorrow morning or midday.
Okay, thank you very much, David. The little one is certainly peeping a lot, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, he's a little deer, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right,
for
thanks,
everything
Sandra.
you do.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, David. Bye.
Well, we're really out of time, Dave, and this has been fun. We've got to do it again sometime, I guess. Some more books, some more topics.
There you go.
You got more things to do.
Yeah.
You've been doing programs on this. I saw you last night on the CTV, or no, night before last on the CTV News.
We did CBC today, and maybe CNN will be calling us again. I don't know, and ABC, and they certainly covered it another year. So, great. It all helps put out the word of eagles. And
if somebody goes to www.hancockwildlife.org, there's a place there they can make a donation.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's what keeps this whole thing going. So
because you started off to just put a camera up a tree and you didn't. Now let me ask you a question. If you'd known it was going to cost you $150,000, would you have done it that first day?
No, Richard said, "Oh, I'm sure we can do it for $2,000." Richard sometimes is not really all that. You've probably experienced that in his offerings of.
You thought we could do maybe 100 people in the world might be interested.
That's right. I had no idea that we were going to get 50 million people over a month. Different people look at it, and that's been rewarding.
But
it's been costly, but it's been rewarding because of the appreciation level of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to make it clear to the audience that if you like this project. David's put an immense amount of his own money and time and so on into this.
And other volunteers.
And
I mean,
other volunteers,
Karen
yeah.
and that Sandra G, she's one of the volunteers who monitors the net. All aspects of the website itself are all monitored by volunteers.
What you own?
Yeah, sure.
So we're going to
This is Blondie. Karen, Bill.
Karen Bills, who works as your PR lady on
Yes,
this and so
that's
on.
right. Karen does well, coordinates a lot of the things, coordinates a lot of the other people who work with the site. And in the last few days, she's done a whole bunch of interviews because they've been stacked up and I can only do one at a time.
Well, I think it's just fantastic what you did, and I am impressed. And I've got to tell you, I've been with this guy in Alaska, in the Yukon. We've driven to Inuvik twice. We've gone up and down, halfway up and down the Dempster at least 8 times. We've been Stuart Cassiar. We've just been everywhere. And the Grand Theater in Los Angeles, remember? We went and saw Buddy Ebsen and Lee Meredith do a play and so on.
Well, that's another
story.
That's
yes.
another story.
But I
yes.
just wanted, we've done Toronto, Queen Street. We've done a lot of stuff with this man. And he is just a fascinating individual. Even if he can't read a map sometimes, I'm just referring to the time we went up to Ross River and he didn't recognize the map had changed from kilometers to miles and we ran out of gas, but that's another story. But we found lots of
And
gas
I'm not
out
even going to
there.
counter that because there's another whole side to that story and I won't go into it.
Oh, is there another whole
Oh,
side to that
yes,
story?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
My side.
Your
My
side.
truth versus
There's,
your truth.
there's always two sides to a story, so you're going to have to come back and listen to the rest of it the next time. But I have to remember, recognize that trip up to the Mackenzie from Ross River had to be one of the finest parts of all the trips that we ever took.
There you go.
Remember?
There you
that
go.
was fun. And I'll never forget how happy you were when you saw your first rock ptarmigan.
There you go.
This man can get excited. This man. You can find David at www.hancockwildlife.org. You can send him an email to david@hancockwildlife.org. You can send some money to the foundation at the
That's very kind.
www.hancockwildlife.org. And you can get hold of some really fine books on other things by going to Hancock House Publishers.
Or
Because-
HancockWildlife.org. They're all available.
Oh, they're
through
all
that.
available.
Yeah, and that way the foundation makes the money.
Okay, you got it there. We're going to be back in about 5 minutes with Dan Walco talking about international transfers of money and stuff like that. The important stuff in life after you stopped and smelled the roses and looked at the eagles.